Let's take a look at your warm-up in your wetsuit. This is when you were getting your first couple hundred yards under your belt. I want you to notice how your feet have a tendency to flare outside of your hips. Like we said in the workshop, you want your hips to be directly behind you, and you want to be kicking from your hip flexors. When we slow it down, you can see when you go to rotate to breathe, watch how your feet go really, really wide. We call that the scissor effect. You'll also notice that your balance gets thrown off when you go to rotate to breathe. You'll actually see that your feet get way, way behind you, meaning when you're rotating on your left shoulder, your feet are coming way behind you. Part of that is going to be proprioceptive strength and balance in the gym, which you can pick up with your functional strength exercises that I gave you. The other thing is just being aware of it. I want you to feel as if you're swimming in a piece of PVC and you're just rotating, as we talked about in class. So as you come towards me, you have great entry into the water, meaning that there's no bubbles. What I would encourage you to do is just open your hand just a little bit, get a little bit more of a web effect. You don't want to open it too wide and let the water slip through, but you're really pushing your fingers together tightly just to have a comfortable hand position in the water. Now, after you got rid of the wetsuit, we decided to go ahead and work on a catch-up drill. And on this catch-up drill, what we were trying to do is get your body acclimated to what it feels like to pull that front 90 degrees. Now when we slow it down, what I want you to pay attention to is notice how your head will bob up and down when you go to rotate right here. See how you pick your head up? What I want you to pay attention to is I want you to think about your nose and your belly button and your hips all working as rotating as one unit. So right here, I'd want to see your shoulders, your hips. That's perfect on the right side. Now, even if you don't breathe on the left, I want that same rotation on the left-hand side. See how we have a lot less rotation. We don't see as much of the hip and the shoulders. Beautiful rotation to breathe, shoulders and hips. I put that arm right out in front of you. This is a very difficult drill, and as you build your strength up, it'll get a lot easier for you. Now, what I want you to notice here is watch your feet underneath the water. They zigzag from the left. Look at how far off your feet are. Your feet are literally 3-4 inches to your left as you're swimming away from us. And if you go back and rewind this and watch it a couple times, you'll see those legs zigzag back and forth. Part of this is going to be corrected by increasing your abdominal strength. And again, not to be redundant, part of it's just being conscientious of it happening. So focus on tightening up that core, keeping your legs directly behind you, and rotating under that right armpit.